Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am the Survival Architect, and today I'm in 1.18 Experimental Snapshot 5. Now, for those who don't know, the Caves and Cliffs update, which was meant to be 1.17, was split into two parts. 1.17, which I'm currently playing on in my single-player world, and 1.18, which is this. 1.17 introduced all the new mobs and features and stuff like that, and then this snapshot is, or this update I should say, 1.18, is completely revamping the terrain and, under the ground, revamping all the caves. The world limit has been increased. I don't know what to, but it's been increased. And the very bottom of the world now goes down to minus 64. So, like, I'm now below the bedrock at minus 67. So, the possibilities have just been... The endless possibilities have just been expanded further. So, in today's video, we're just going to take a look around a world that I randomly generated using a random seed. I'll include that seed as well as the coordinates of the features we'll be looking at in the description down below. But I've just found some really cool things that I want to show off and kind of show off the best of the new terrain. So let's hop into it now. So upon looking on this little bit of land here, you probably think, oh, that's just a random hill with some caves in it. But it's not. For those who don't know, mountains can now generate with kind of like a weird overhang thing, which is what has happened here. But the thing is, it's also generated on top of another mountain. So in here, we get this amazing naturally generated kind of archway with grass at the bottom, some local water levels like this and this, and this, and two absolutely amazing entrances into what would be a really phenomenal starter base. If you really wanted to settle in an area like this, I would build my starter base in here. I'd probably seal this up, probably fill that little bit in here, so this is a solid bit of grass, and then build some sort of house in here with different water levels and including a whole lot of stuff that can only really be built in a small cave like this. Now, some of you might watch Green's videos. His Hermitcraft series right now is building a kind of like a Diagon Alley inside a artificial hill. This is kind of the natural hill that, if you reshaped this a little bit, could be the same thing in 1.18. And this is a pretty small example of it, but I just absolutely love this feel of flying or moving through a mountain. And from the outside, it doesn't look like anything. It just looks like a normal hill with a bit of a watery cave in it. But the moment you jump down into it, it's just absolutely phenomenal. And yes, it would actually be dark. I've got night vision on, as you can probably see in the top right-hand corner, just to show off like kind of the terrain and the new caves and stuff if I come across them. But, oh, I didn't even know this was in here. This goes right through and out this side. So there's even more possibilities than what I just thought of. But you can make some sort of really cool town or just some sort of starter base in here that makes use of these new cave generations and the fact that you've had a mountain generate on top of a mountain. It's absolutely phenomenal. So this is the first one. And as I said in the intro, I will include the seed and all of the coordinates of the features that I'm showing off now in the description down below. So they'll be in order from which ones I show them. So, for example, this one will be the first one, and it is 490, 120, and negative... Well, I've got written down my notes, negative 197. So that's the rough area. But yeah, this is just the first one that I saw. And when I saw it, I just came up with a whole bunch of ideas. So I thought I should show it off. All right, let's head over to the next one now. So here is one of the new Stony Peaks biomes, and you can see that you've got one of the veins of gravel. Oh, not gravel. Granite, that's it. And one of the veins of calcite running through the top here. And these are quite deep. But that's not what I'm really showing off. What I'm showing off is this cave generation here that really looks like some sort of volcano. Now, it's on a much smaller level, but you can think of this kind of like as one of the Hawaiian volcanoes, which kind of spews lava out the side and then it runs down the side of the mountain rather than having it blow out the top like you see kind of a Krakatoa kind of vibe. So this would be something like that. And it's just got like this hole at the top of it that really resembles to me like a lava tube, and then it splits off in a couple of directions and thins out. But I didn't even know this was here. You end up with this ravine coming in here. And it's very extensive, this cave system. It goes down, and then there's more under here that you could possibly use for building. So, and then there's this massive chamber over here that you could also use for building. And down here, it just goes on and on. And yes, this is one of the special biomes. This is the Dripstone Caves biome. They are localized biomes that just encompass the cave area. But this is a massive area that could probably be used for building. If it were me, I'd put some sort of lava thing up the top here. Maybe it's made out of terracotta or concrete, and then that spills out the side and runs down here and into kind of like this area here, where you could have something that's on fire. That's just the first thing that pops to mind for me. But really, this does look like kind of a smaller volcano. Now, I know that there's people who've showed off a seed that has a massive like kind of pit. I'll be showing off things like that later in the video. But this is kind of the first idea of like a Hawaiian volcano that I thought of when I saw this. And I don't know, I just thought it was a bit of a cool generation. So let's hop over to the next one now, and I'll be back in a sec. A really quick one over here. What's actually happened is with this generation, I'm currently in a snowy tundra. It's one of the older biomes, but we've had this ravine generate, which has a localized water level that is the exact same as the ocean level. And because it's in a snowy tundra, the very top layer of ice is frozen. It's kind of a small ravine, but it's still here. And the same goes for something like this or any other sort of cave in this area. Here's another one. And actually, I think this is the same one. But they're all full of water, but kind of in something like this, what I do is make a bit of terrain here that kind of makes this into a lake, and then empty out the water below the ice and build something in that space underneath the ice. And you could kind of have that as like a frozen, an old frozen area, or like some cabin that used to be built on a lower area that's been flooded since then, or like a glacier that's come through. There's a whole lot of possibilities with something like this. Now, I know this isn't the most interesting bit of generation. We're about to move on, but I thought I should just point this out because things like this weren't found in previous versions. Even like over here in this river, it's pretty dang deep. I'd built here. That's a really great example of having a massive amount of space that I could build in if I just cleared out the water underneath it. Now, it'd take a little while, but it'd be a lot of fun to do. And then over here you've got kind of like the Iceberg biome that might also have something fun to do with it. So, you know, that's completely up to you guys. And here this one's already kind of hollowed out. So I don't know, that might be a starter house for while you're building your base over in this bit of the river over here. Or was it there? But yeah, that'd be kind of my thoughts, or maybe even this smaller one could be a starter base. But yeah, that's my thoughts for this area. Let's pop over to the next one now. Now over here, this isn't the most, again, not the most interesting thing, but we've actually had a shipwreck generate inside an iceberg and almost completely out of the water, so you wouldn't have that much to clear. But I just make like the similar to again mentioning Grian. He built a starter house in Hermitcraft 6, which was essentially a shipwreck, but it was way under the ocean. This one you could just clear out with a pickaxe or whatever tool you choose. Clear out some water, and you've got an amazing starter base on the surface, ready to go. So I thought I should just point this out. Yeah, again, not the most interesting thing. Let's really quickly hop over to the next thing that we will have a look at. So here we've got a really, really cool example of the localized water levels. Now, this is your normal ocean level up here, but over here we've got just two very distinct localized water levels for two different caves. They both end up at the same place. But there are two different localized water levels right next to each other. So, you know, if I was building here, fill in this gap here and then kind of terrain this, put a small boat of some description in here, take out some of this, and then, again, put another boat in this area here. Or have kind of like a floating barge that's kind of drilling in here, trying to find something like oil. Now, I don't want more oil in the world, but this is Minecraft, so we don't have to worry about it. So yeah, that'd be kind of my building ideas. But yeah, I just thought that this generation, you know, only possible in 1.18 because of the localized water, but it's just such a beautiful little area. Again, for a starter base, most of the ones we'll be showing at the start of this video will be for starter bases, but I really like it. And then this cave here goes down, and then like literally right here is the water bit. You can make some sort of airlock into this area, and this then continues down even further and across here. There are massive chambers under the ground here that you could use to your benefit if you if you can somehow get down there. Like I said, having an oil barge that that's convenient, comes straight through into the top here, and you can just have a bubble elevator through the drill that comes straight down into the bottom here. So that'd be my ideas for this area, but it's just an absolutely phenomenal area to build in. So yeah, that's this one. Let's hop over to the next one. I think we are starting. Yes, we're starting to get into some bigger generations that you might be able to build a mega base in. So let's hop over there now and see what other cool generations we can have a look at. Now, this generation here might be my favorite one in the whole list, and you'll see why in a minute. But if we just fly around here, it's a pretty big hill by old Minecraft standards. By new Minecraft, by 1.18 Minecraft, it's not that big of a standard, but you can see down there kind of what I'm getting at. Half jungle, half forest, but you've got this massive open cave here that is absolutely phenomenal. You've got these floating bits that you could connect to the ceiling of it via some chains or I don't know. You've got these massive pillars that you could decorate. And the best thing is, it's also in one of the lush caves biomes. So you've got these azalea trees that you could grow, get a whole bunch of rooted dirt and make this place a whole lot prettier. You've got all these glowberries hanging from the roof and all these spore blossoms creating some really nice ambient particle effects that you can see around me right now. But over here, you've also got all this clay that has different water levels in it, and it's just absolutely beautiful. You've got waterfalls in here that lead up to a localized, or up to a little lake, a very deep lake. And then over here in the main area, you've once again got these, which I can see being like one of the like a stepwise farm, like you see people grow rice in. I can see that being a thing, and then off to the sides, you've got these little chambers that you could. You could fill with these little storage rooms or whatever, but it's just a naturally beautiful area that you could then civilize or just put a whole bunch of small buildings in, similar to kind of like Iskall and Ethos base in Hermitcraft 8, having like houses scattered across the sides of this area. It'd be a phenomenal project to work on. I think I might do something like this at some point, but I was just down here, I noticed more localized water levels that you could do something really cool with, like have a kind of tap running off here that then irrigates a whole bunch of farmland over here, or the possibilities in this space are endless. But it's just and you've also got the perfect entrance already laid out for you with this massive hole, as well as all the other entrances that I've shown. These caves off to the side, like I said, could be a store, it could be any kind of room. But then you've also got over here another one with a mine shaft in it, and it's just it's such an amazing vibe that you could easily or very easily connect up by making this run down here and pop out over this lake here. So I absolutely love this generation. I might jump into creative at some point on this world and build something in this area and time lapse it, because I absolutely love it. It's an absolutely phenomenal seed. Or, sorry, phenomenal generation. This can happen in any seed, but it's... I can't get over how pretty this area is, and even without night vision. Even without night vision, it looks even better. Like, I can imagine having spawn-proofed all of this area with carpet, like with the moss carpets, and then having little glowing patches of houses sticking out of the side of buildings here, or the rock face here, 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 and over here. That would be absolutely amazing to me. So, when 1.18 is released, expect some form of time lapse of a city in the rock in this area. I really want to do something with this, or maybe I'll just do it in Experimental Snapshot 5. I don't know, but this area is absolute. Like, even in here, I can see lights hanging down from the roof or sticking up from the floor that then light up this area. I can see this lava pooling just here and making kind of a little lava pool that you could put a strider in if you wanted to bring it back from the nether. I see this area as either a storage room or a nether portal room. Like, there's so many possibilities in here, and I absolutely love this generation. I know we've been here for a while, but it's absolutely phenomenal. But we'll now leave this absolutely beautiful area and take a look at another one, because there's so much. There's another 4 generations we've got to get through in this video, and they're all massively cool like this. So, there's even another cave up here that you could turn into something. And it connects over here. What? Oh my goodness! There's so much you could do with this area. Anyway, that's enough of me going on and on. And there's more over here. What is this? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I've decided I'm building something here at some point. But yeah, let's go over to another generation now, because I think I've waffled on about this one enough. Well, I kind of lied in the last one. This is actually the last generation we're going to have a look at today, but I think this is also one of my favorites. Now, some of you might have seen a video by, what's his name, Works, that showcases kind of like a volcano seed. Now, this is probably a bit bigger of a hole, but it's surrounded by and it's not as uniform, but it's surrounded on all sides by these tall mountains. Got some massive caves in here, and I can see someone. Oh, is that a whole lot of powdered snow? Wow. I can definitely see someone building a city in the mountains in this area. Like, that would be such a picturesque thing, having skyscrapers towering up to the height, or maybe even taller than these mountains here, sticking out of this bowl and being absolutely just one of the best cities that I've ever seen. I can see a mine going in here, like a rustic sort of mine, going in here and having walkways that come across into this cave that pops out to the side, or even have this as an entrance into the city, like as a road coming up, and then it pops out in this area, and then having the mine sitting here, or having some sort of park that isn't snowy just sitting there, and buildings all around it stretching up into the sky. That would be an absolutely amazing build. And again, I'm almost tempted to do it myself. I probably will end up doing it myself in creative, because I may as well. But that's this is one of the coolest things I've ever seen in Minecraft. Like, with the old generation, this just wasn't possible. Now that we've got these new 1.18 changes to the terrain, it is possible. But if you thought this was good, wait, which side is it? I don't remember. This one? Let me find it real quick. So yeah, as I was saying, this is the one we were just at. Literally just over here where this... Wait, no. It's not even this one, is it? Nope. I'm dumb. I'm still being dumb. It's on this one. Although this would also be a really great place to put like a village in here and have your villager area over here. I have a ravine town for my current villager area, but sticking them in this area and then having kind of like a decorated area here would be really great, because your massive city is just over here, your main base. But you go over, this way. You go over here, and there's another one that you could build kind of like a satellite town in, that I would absolutely... Or you could even build a massive Shadow of the Colossus style bridge going straight across the side here and tunneling through the mountain into your main city. That would look amazing. And with this terrain, it's just absolute... There's another example of that weird mountainy terrain generating over a cave. You could build something in here as well. Look at the size of this space. You could have kind of like a black market thing in here. The more I explore this area, the better it gets. But yeah, there are so many possibilities for this area. Again, I'll probably do something in this area myself, and have that as like a massive project on my channel in creative mode. But yeah. So, that's really the last that I've got for this video. You'll notice that everything's a bit laggy. That's just 1.18 not being optimized yet and not having Optifine. So, that'll come later. But so I apologize about that as well. I do also have a bit of potato, so that, doesn't help. But I really hope that you enjoyed me showing off these cool bits of terrain today. I really enjoyed looking for them, finding them, figuring out what I might be able to build in there, and then presenting that to you. So it's been a lot of fun today. I've enjoyed. I'm loving this new terrain and this new update. It's very much needed since the old Minecraft terrain has been around for a while, and this revamp has just brought new life into the game and made way more possibilities. The first of which is the fact that we can build higher now. Like, I'm at 231. I could go another 100 blocks if I wanted. So that is also amazing. Anyway, that's all I've got for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that thumbs up. If you want to see more stuff from me, like more terrain fly-arounds like this, then make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you want to look at my single-player survival world that is in 117 currently, it will be updated to 118. Then there will be a playlist link in the description and off to the side of the video. But yeah, that's all I've got time for, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good one.